And now, Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. We start on the ice as NMU and Michigan Tech battle for the first time on 4 tries this year. This one is at the Barrie Event Center, and it didn't take long for the scoring to begin. So let's go to the Barrie Event Center and say hello with preferably rolling video. There we go to NMU and Michigan Tech. 2 minutes, 28 seconds in, bang. That's a goal by Mike Neville on the rebound after the Alex Patan shot, and it's 1-0 Huskies. And what would a Tech Wildcat game be without a little pushing and shoving during the festivities? Later in the first period, Casey Papur is going to just take the puck and score. Yeah, that was pretty simple, wasn't it? And that would give, that made it 2-1. That's in the second period. John Seymour scored then. That's Denver Pierce, his first as a Wildcat. And nice view on the replay. Jamie Phillips just could not get there in time. 2-1 Wildcats. That was a power play goal. That should be Darren Nowak that made it 3-1 early in the third, 4-1 early in the third period on the power play. And NMU went on to win this one tonight by the count of 4-1. Same 2 teams tomorrow night at Michigan Tech. You can see that game here on TV6. To the hockey scoreboard, Michigan State blanks Lake Superior State 2-0. Jake Hildebrand 21 saves. Wisconsin and Ferris State play to a tie at 5. Anchorage and Huntsville tie at 3. And Minnesota State defeats Bemidji State 3-2. And in the U.S. Premier Hockey League, the Marquette Royals fall to Tri-City by the count of 3-1. To high school football, the #1 team of the UP in the Big 5 poll, Menominee visiting Marquette. And Menominee just scored to take a 7-0 lead. Marquette tries to respond, and Demetrius Mullen gains a dozen or so yards down inside the Menominee 30-yard line for a first down. But the Redmen faced 4th down. Scott Tripp hits Alex Perla, and boom! That would be Sam Larson. You couldn't see it very well, but Perella was stopped in his tracks, and Menominee would take over. Senior Nathan Nowak takes the snap from the single wing, follows a few blockers, and will break a few arm tackles along the way. And the next thing you know, he's picked up 32 yards down to the Marquette 41-yard line. Less than 10 seconds to go in the half. Marquette's defense is tough, but Nowak reaches over the goal line to get that final yard, and the Maroons had a 14-0 lead at the half. And yes, it is raining at William Hart Stadium. Third quarter, Maroons' second drive, Nowak to Hunter Haas, and somehow he tightropes down the sidelines and scores from about 21 yards, 21-0 Menominee. Marquette ran the ensuing kickoff back for a touchdown. Alex Duval did that, but the Maroons went on to win 34-13. To Kingsford. And the rain kept pouring in Dickinson County as well, I was told. Oh, there it is. The Flivers entertaining Escanaba. Flivers have a 7-0 lead. And Brandon Kovakuski rolls out. And Sam Santi is down the other end for the catch and the touchdown. And the Flivers led 14-0 in the half. And that brings out one of the best marching bands in the, who says they have to march? The Flivers do AC/DC, Kiss, and just rock and roll their way through the halftime. Unfortunately, it was Escanaba that came out with some thunder in the third quarter. And Logan Lamb to Tyler Willett, and just over the goal line for the touchdown. Escanaba scores twice more and gets the victory 18-14 with a chance at the playoffs. To the Mid-Peninsula Conference, Ishpeming in the breast cancer awareness pink against Gwynn. Ozzie Corp picked off by Hunter Bachman, and the Model Towners stuck in their own territory but denied the score. Corp would make up for it though. First and goal on the 4, he dives in, and the Hematites post a 24-0 shutout over the Model Towners. Ishpeming 9-0, so is Menominee for that matter. Just down the road, Ishpeming Township, Negaunee, and the Westwood Patriots, Luke Gray. Trying to run, and running very well before he is knocked out of bounds in pretty good position. Negaunee's defense would hold though. Gray's third down attempt would just go over the head of Ethan Burke. Negaunee goes on to win 35-0. Also in the Mid-Peninsula Conference, Norway finishing its year against Iron Mountain. The Mountaineers will be in the playoffs. Tanner Hootery to Josh Tucker. And Josh, gets the corner and the end zone. And the Mountaineers are off and running. Hootery Well, next, pitch the ball to Tucker again. That seems to be a good theme, especially when you have this much green grass available in front of you. 57 yards for the score, and the Mountaineers are starting to pile up the points. Norway fans trying to get into it, but it just was not their night. Justin Rock will pound his way into the end zone. 20-0 before the first quarter was over, and the Mountaineers go on to win 44-0. North. Go North, young man. Gladstone against Calumet. Calumet in the blue. It's Russ Bajorn. Going to gain 26 yards down to the Braves' 32-yard line in the first quarter. And Mr. Urkula is going to score. That would be Robert Urkula from 4 yards. 6-0 Copper Kings, an 11-play, 60-yard drive. Gladstone responds. Ben Schwalbach looking deep for Jake Greenfield. Doesn't everybody in the UP know Ben Schwalbach likes to throw the ball to Jake Greenfield? Well, it worked there for 28 yards. Gladstone leads 7-6. Calumet would come back. 3-yard touchdown by Urkula, who had 25 carries, 129 yards, and 2 scores. Calumet wins 27-7. And we somehow will be right back. Oh, it scores. Thank you. Houghton wins the Copper Bowl over Hancock 36-14. Munising possibly denied lots of chance at the playoffs. The Mustangs roll 41-8. Also on the board, yay! Manistee gets its first win of the year just in time, defeating Rudyard 22-18. And the Gogebic Miners blank the Ironwood Red Devils 28-0. And when we come back, we'll check on some of the teams from the Division 8 ranks and those pinball wizards from 8-man football North Central. We were hoping to get highlights from St. Ignace's game down in Fowler. We did not, but we can tell you that the number 2 team in the Little 5 poll defeated the Fowler Eagles 14-7, and the Saints will have momentum going into the playoffs. Now let's check on Bark River, who is still in the poll. The Bark River Harris Broncos taking on West Iron County. Riley Thompson is going to try a screen pass, and the ball hits the ground, and the next thing you know is that's not a screen, that's a lateral. And Jacob Greenfield says, yay, end zone, pay dirt, but an inadvertent whistle brings it back. What? Bark River Harris gets the ball back. Jace Briggs, he took it for 10 yards and the first down. That was a little bit of trickery. 2 plays later, Ivan Stenberg will muscle his way around the outside into the end zone, and Bark River Harris goes on to win this one 44-9. Also, we have Newberry and Lake City, and the Indians are going to get a pass here. John Paramps, or Lake City, I should say, with the long pass deep into Newberry territory. And another pass that gets into the end zone, and the Trojans take the lead. And Newberry is looking to try and stop Lake City, and a little bit of defensive pressure will take care of the business right there. And boy, the coach is happy on the sideline, isn't he? Now Newberry trying to get the offense going, and on the run to the outside, that is going to find pay dirt. Newberry played very well, but could not rally enough. As you can see, they were trailing 28-7. They made it within 28-21, and that's as close as they would get as Lake City was able to hang on for the victory. Back to the scoreboard. North Dickinson defeats East Jordan 64-42. They just came up with that game a couple nights ago. And Sault Ste. Marie will make the playoffs at 6-3. The Blue Devils defeated Manson 55-14. Now for the pinball wizards that we call the North Central Jets, taking on Stephenson, parent and senior night. And Jason Whitens weaves his way up the field, and at the 40 he gets in from there. 8-0 North Central. Now this is a nice pass as Jesus Becerra finds Bryce Hornick for a touchdown, but it's called back, and Chad Brandt and others not too pleased on the Eagles bench. Jason Whitens will keep the ball on the option, and he's going to score to make it 14-0. And North Central finishes 9-0 on the regular season, defeating Stephenson 64-0. To the scoreboard, also in 8-man football, Rapid River defeats Uintral Creek 58-26. It was Cedarville easily over Brimley 66-0, and Pickford 62, Onaway 28. In GLIAC women's soccer, Michigan Tech wins 2-1 over Northwood. Goals by Madeline Faust and Lexi Herwig. Northern defeats Saginaw Valley 2-0. Paula Hafner a goal in each half. Volleyball, Ohio Dominican edges Northern 3-2, 15-12 in the fifth. Tech over Tiffin 3-1 as Lauren Emmert and Stephanie Dietrich each had 13 kills. Rachel Pollard 49 assists, and Walsh defeated Lake Superior State 3-0. And we will be right back. UP cross country finals are Saturday down at Flat Rock in Delta County. The action gets going at 11 o'clock with the Division I girls. In high school football, the last regular season game of the Great Western Conference at 1:30 Eastern as Forest Park visits Lakeland and Hubble. NMU football home against Ashland. That starts at 1. Michigan Tech at Ferris State, noon, right on our Grit TV 6.3 or Charter 192. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.